All right, folks, welcome back. I want to introduce my guest today, Kevin Carroll. Kevin, thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Kevin, tell these wonderful people who you are and why we should probably listen to what you have to say about these the election kerfuffle, if you will.
Very happy to tell you who I am. They can decide for themselves if they should listen to me. My name's Kevin. Currently, I'm a lawyer in private practice with the Wigan and Dana law firm. Before that, I did a bunch of different things in the government. Pertinent to this, I was Senior Counselor to Secretary of Homeland Security, John Kelly. And before that, I was a CIA case officer, for example. So I have a little bit of insight into and I served in the military as well, in the Joint Staff and other places like that, as well as in combat. So I have a little bit of an insight as to how the intelligence community and the military get a president-elect spun up and ready to take over his new duties.
So let's start with the president-elect title. Is he the president-elect?
Great question. I believe that is the proper form of address. Very technically speaking, perhaps if we were in court, it would be after the states have certified their electoral votes, or the Electoral College has met and ratified those votes. Congress has accepted those votes. But in the common term of usage, and as it's been used for the purpose of preparing the next guy in every other transition, he's the president-elect. You know, it became clear several days after the election that although it was narrow, former Vice President Biden had won. And so I think as a matter of ascertainment, which is the term that the GSA administrator has to use, but we can ascertain that he is the president-elect.
In the past, we have had other president-elects. Have we treated them as president-elect, despite the fact that states haven't ratified or really all the states have not come forward and said, this is our official count, this is what we have? Is this something is this new that we're doing for Biden, or is this business as usual?
So in the modern era, there's been one future president who hasn't been treated according to standard, and that's George W. Bush. And one of the findings of the 9/11 Commission was that the truncated transition he had because of the litigation over the Florida recount kept him from fully staffing up the national security parts of his administration until sometime into 2002. So legislation was passed, making it a more standardized thing, how presidents-elect would be treated. And President Obama has stated that President Bush was really generous to him as to the transition procedures. And I can state, as a former Trump administration appointee, that the Obama administration was generous to the incoming Trump administration. So with the significant exception of Bush 43, Biden is being treated, in my view, differently than every other president-elect in the modern era. There are some, in the early times, I believe John Adams didn't attend Thomas Jefferson's inauguration, and there were some other things such as that. But in the current national security era, when a missile can hit the United States in minutes, nobody else has been treated like this.